I'm Nathaniel Lee,
I'm Isaiah Johnson.
and this is our project for CST 256. So we'll go ahead and register, well, go ahead and show the data validation for the registration page. So a few of the fields are required, and since we already have an account, we'll go ahead and log in. And log into this account real quick. And so here we have our profile. We can edit a job, we can remove it, we can add new jobs. And something we added for this one is skills, so we can delete skills or we can add skills. The biggest thing for this was the manage job posts, which we can go ahead and add a job to the database. Go ahead and add that job, and it pops up right here. And if we want to add new skills, we can add, let's go HTML, add a skill, and it pops up in there. Managing skills, we can remove skills or we can just simply add a new skill. So C++, and it'll appear in the database right there. That'll be pretty much it for the walkthrough. Now we can go ahead and go over to the code. If you want to go through this.
All right. So do we want to go over the manage job post page?
Yeah.
We'll touch on the way that the page is laid out, and then we'll show how it interacts with the controller.
Okay.
So for this, we use data tables the same as we did for the manage users part. So when the first thing you do is you retrieve the job posts, and then doing that we call retrieve job posts. That's in the admin controller, and then through that we populate the data table. And so the admin controllers, where is it? Retrieve job posts. All it's doing is making a call to the job post service, and it's calling get all job posts, and then it's going to return JSON encoded. It's going to return JSON back to the AJAX call.
Here's that.
Show the get all. Okay, so what this is doing is it's calling the job post DAO, and then it's calling the find all. It's creating an array of jobs, and then for each job we need to get the skills that are associated with the job. So that's going to go through. It's going to call the skill services retrieve job skills, and then we're providing the job ID from that. So, and then as you can see, we set the job ID by going through that result and getting the ID of it. And then based on what's returned from the skill services retrieve job skills, we add, when we instantiate our job post model, we instantiate it with the fields that were returned and then the job skills array that's returned from the retrieve job skills function. And then we just push that to an array, and then we keep going until we're done with the jobs, and then we return that back. So that's how you retrieve them. Go ahead and go to the skills controller.
Yeah.
Isn't that where we added the job skills?
Yeah.
Or did we do that?
No, that's admin.
Admin.
Add job skills.
That's right there, add job skills. So all we're doing is we're requesting all of the inputs. The thing about that is, so we give them 5 combo boxes where they can add skills. So request all will only take the input boxes that were filled. So right now we have each combo box has a default value of nothing, and so if the value is nothing, then it won't include that in the request all. And then we have a hidden input for the ID of the job when the user clicks add. And so what that's going to do, after that, we call the skills business service, and then we go through each of the skills that they wanted to add, and then we're just going to call the add job skill, and then we give it the job ID and then the skill ID of the skill that they want to add. And that's how you add skills for each particular job.
Is there anything else you wanted to go over?
We can go over the remove job post since we have the remove button on there.
Yes, okay.
Removing the job post, all we're doing is we're taking, so each row of the data table is the ID of the job post. So if we have one job post and the ID is 4, then the row of that table, the ID of the row is 4. So all we're doing is we're taking the row and then we're passing the ID through Ajax. So then we're calling the request ID, and then, sorry, my screen went black. And then we're calling remove job post. And then after that, I think what we're doing is after we remove the job post, we're redirecting it back to the manage job page, which is the page that the data table is on. Yeah, because we're calling this manage job post, and then that brings us back to the page.
So simple.
Go ahead and remove one of them real fast.
And it's gone.
Yep. And then I'll just touch on, so since we added the skills, we added the skill thing to the profiles, so now we have 3 new tables. We have a skill table, we have user skills, and we have jobs and skills. And the goal of that is to be able to basically link a person with a job based on the skills. So if a user has 3 skills that match a job post, then we can recommend that to them. That's the main reason why we want to do the skills, in addition to just being able to show that in like their portfolio. But yeah, so I mean, this is the skill DAO. It's pretty straightforward. I think that's basically, yeah, we have find skills, find skill ID, find user skills, find job skills. And those are used when we instantiate our user models and our job models. So
yeah.
I think that's pretty much it.
I think that's it.
Sweet.
Awesome.